Hey world, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to the first video in a very long time. My name is K.Short, and if you haven't tuned into my YouTube videos or channel in the past almost decade I've been recording, welcome. I can't believe I've been recording for almost a decade now. Almost. I'm probably over exaggerating. Probably maybe 6 or 7 years. Like I said before, I haven't recorded in a really long time. I haven't really been documenting my journey in any form, whether it's video, photo, / Instagram, audio, anything. I would say probably 3 months, and that's a big deal for me, as I've been documenting my journey since I was 15 years old on the internet, probably even sooner. I've been journaling for as long as I can remember, since the 3rd grade. I would actually journal at this house in the van during family parties and gatherings and holiday parties because that's how shy I was. But if there's anything that's unique about me, it's the way that I document my journey and how specific I am and intentional I am and thorough I am. So for me to not document for 3 months avidly and consistently and not sharing my story, sharing my thoughts, my realizations, my experiences is a big deal for my younger self. It's a big deal for my older self. So I apologize now if my speech is not as great at flowing as it used to be. It was so good when I was doing my podcast every day. The speaker I became, so good, so on point. If you want to listen to those episodes, you can. There's 350 episodes of me crying during my first year in Tucson. Well, not 350 episodes of me crying, but there's quite a few episodes that I was heaving and hoving, and it was tough. So the reason why I stopped documenting is because there became a point in time where I realized that I was putting too much emphasis on the validation of social media for my self-worth. And that's something that I think a lot of us do. I think that's something that a lot of us get trapped in. And again, as someone who's been doing it for a really long time, it was really hard to step away from the internet space. As someone who's an extrovert, introvert, and who's been in that space for a long time, it was difficult. But the reason why I did was because I realized that I really didn't have anything to show for. What was I exactly putting all this effort into the documentation of my story if I wasn't really working towards anything? A lot of times I would tell people I'm just documenting my journey and letting people know that there comes a time where we don't know anything, or at least know where we're going. I mean, according to Socrates, all I know is I know nothing, right? I think for the first time, I was just I'm just putting out content into thin air and it's not really contributing towards anything. And so for me, I felt why don't you just shut up and work? You tell an extrovert like me to shut up and work. I could do the working part, that's the easy part, but the shutting up part, that's a little difficult. And I did. If you can look back from now on Instagram posts, sometimes I haven't posted in 3 weeks in between, and I was someone who posted every day and I had intention on the layout to some extent. And then I just realized that the internet wasn't validating me the way that I used to have it validate me. I think that's the big thing that I really learned about myself in Tucson, because I was trying so hard to move the way that I used to move in a town that wasn't used to moving like that. Being in Phoenix, there's this hustle and bustle and this grind, right? Where if you're not posting, you're irrelevant. I didn't need to do that in Tucson. And I think that was the hardest adjustment for me to realize the things I wanted to start, it was difficult to lift off the ground because it didn't need to exist anymore because I've technically already done it. And I found myself trying to do things that I was used to and in my comfort zone. I felt like the universe was
yo, you're just doing the same shit because you're scared.
I was damn, like that? Okay. So I just got real quiet. And I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't get a lot of work done, my mindset of work, but I feel like I cleared the way to allow those opportunities and possibilities and connections to come in. I want to also mind you, we've been in a retrograde for the past couple months, and particularly this past month. July has been one heck of a summer in Arizona. So I really felt the lack of correspondence of my energy and the universe and the planets. And I was yo, I'm just going to chill. I'm not going to make any sudden movements because if I do, I might regret it in the very near future. So we're finally coming to the end of this retrograde tomorrow at the end of July, as today is the 30th. And the crazy thing about it is I'm in Phoenix right now. I've been driving to Phoenix more than I ever have since I've been in Tucson because of my dentist. We're just gonna leave it at that. But today was the first time that I opened up a notebook I have intentionally been avoiding. And it's this notebook that is supposed to be like the holy grail of the organization I want to start. I've had every intention to open it, but for some reason today was like, today's the day I'm gonna open it and I'm actually gonna write something in it.
I apologize, like I'm itchy because it's raining in Phoenix and the bugs are coming out, but it's also the reason why I wanted to record because it's so nice out that I wanted to enjoy it.
But anyways, I opened it for the first time today. And guess when was the last time I wrote in it? Just guess, I'll give you a moment. The last time I wrote in it, and the first time I wrote in it at the time, was July 30th, 2018. How ironic is it that the first time I've opened it is in exactly 1 year? 1 year. This is the first time I've opened it in a year. On the exact same day. I'm just like, yo, what's good? What's that sign? What do I need to know? Is that a coincidence? Is that fate? What is that? I wrote my mission statement in there, and I wrote it in 2 minutes, and it just flowed so easily. And that's something that's been on my to-do list for like a really long time. So even though this past couple months have been like really rough in terms of me not being in my element, I know the intention behind it was to make room for all the blessings that are to come. And so I want to get back to documenting for the sake of documenting, for the sake that it's me and it's a part of who I am. And even though if I feel like I don't have anything to show for, which has been so hard to accept the older I get, I'm just having to continue to accept that my route is not the same as everybody else's, at least the majority's.
Mosquito, you need to go somewhere else. No. No, you go somewhere else. No. No. Go away! Nobody like getting bit by mosquitoes. Oof. I think I got bit by one. Look at that.
Anyways, yeah, for the sake of documentation. And I want to look back on this day, be like, yo, you were 29 at this point. That's what you look like.
Go away. Please go do something with yourself.
But you're healthy and you're whole, and that's all that matters. Kathleen, this is your 29-year-old self. 30 is right around the corner. The year 2020. It has a lot of energy. I know it's been a rough summer. I know that it's been a rough year and a half in Tucson, but it was all for a reason. A big part of it was for you to come back to yourself, to come back to the core of who you are. With that said, if you haven't caught on already, I'm gonna start going by Kathleen again. It's not official, but I'm gonna ease my way into it. I haven't changed my name or gone by anything for almost 10 years. Next year, in 6 months, it will be my 10th year as K.Short. It's a little scary because I'm moving in a different direction. I didn't think K.Short would be someone who would go away, but I think that's the thing with me is I've done a great job at dividing myself and compartmentalizing myself into these boxes, into these personalities, into these characters that I've created. And I just realized that as I am all those things, I don't need to put a title on my behavior as this person because that's still me. You know, if I act a certain way, bratty and spoiled, that isn't just the younger version of me, that's you. If I act professional, that's you. If you're acting a little hood sometimes, that's not that person, that's you. And I think I just got tired of explaining myself and defending myself and not being like fully myself in certain spaces and places. It's all you. It's not someone that you just like tuck away and then bring back and tuck away and bring back. Like it's all me. As much as Kathleen is a name that I really never identified with, it's me, and it always has been. Even though most people's idea of what a Kathleen looks like, I just realized that I need to redefine that because I am that. I am her. I am Kathleen, and I don't need to put myself in a box. A lot of changes are happening, and I just wanted to document that without the edits, without the perfectionism, without the preciseness, without the expectations. And I just wanted to talk to you all, and talk to myself, and talk to my younger self, and talk to my older self, and just know that I'm closer than I've ever been. I feel like I'm turning on the last couple legs to actually be doing what I want to do. And I still have belief in myself that I'm going to be able to do all that I want to do in this lifetime. I can't say I'll be recording often, but I'll be recording more than I was in these past 3 months. Expect some more documentation. I really don't plan on having this channel as anything more than that. It's just a video journal. I don't plan to become a big YouTuber anymore. I don't plan to become a talk show host.
I don't think. Maybe for a little bit, maybe a segment. Maybe for a short period of time, just to see if I can do it. Yeah, that'd be nice.
But I can tell you this. I won't be pursuing the entertainment industry the way that I used to. I'm gonna be moving towards education. Even though everyone has already known that that's where I should be, I just had to taste everything while I was out in these streets for the past 5 years. And it seems silly because I'm like, really, did we have to go through the runaround to just find myself back exactly where I thought I was gonna be? So if I were to give any advice to any recent college graduates, or just for anybody that doesn't know what the hell they're doing and don't know what to do, I would say try the things that interest you. And at the very minimum, write down the things that you like. And if you don't know what you like, then write down the things you don't like and start from there. I can say that I've tried almost everything that I've had an interest in, but I hope to be able to try some things in the future with the direction I'm moving in. So with that said, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Kathleen, welcome back. It's been a while. Hope that you had fun doing you, but now it's time to be all of you with no explanation. So again, thank you so much for watching. And I would say like and subscribe and follow me on all my social media, but that's just there for fun. So I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye now.